this way. So all right. All set. Very good. All set. Thank you very much. Reactivate. Done, done, done. That's it. I just had a little adjustment to make there. Okay, all set. Well, greetings to everyone joining us today. We have quite a turnout. It's wonderful to be here with all of you today. A greeting to Mr. Alfonso, Mrs. Alba, Mrs. Alicia, Anna, Blanca, Dana, Graciela, Stuart, Maria, Mario, Naib, Victor, in short, to everyone who is connected today. Thank you so much for taking the time to attend this session. I will do my best to make it worth your while to have joined this session today. Today is Sunday, 8 o'clock at night. Congratulations to you all. So let's start by talking a little bit about compound interest within NV Global. All right. I'm going to show you then. We've set up a Google site for you where you can take a look at some of the detailed figures and numbers regarding the compound interest you can generate within the community. So here on this page, you can make projections of your investments by applying compound interest both with and without the business pack. By the way, I want to congratulate Mr. Alfonso Sierra, who is here with us, and his wife, because they activated their business pack. They are the first business pack members in our community, so congratulations to them. Very well. So why is that? Well, we're about to see what the benefits of having a business pack are, specifically within these numbers, all right? Here on the page we've designed, we have an example with $1,000. What would happen if we invested $1,000 for 2 years in NV Global? How much would I earn in those 2 years if I invest without having a business pack? That is with an 8% monthly return, just the standard rate. How much do I make? In this case, it would be $960 for 1 year and $1,920 for 2 years without compounding interest, without a business pack, nothing. Simply by putting the $1,000 into NV Global for 2 years, and that's it. Then, if we use compound interest and also have a business pack, we'll get a 9% profit. But the fact of look here it is, 9%. The fact of using compound interest will allow you to have better profits month by month, okay? So I want you to compare just here in this initial chart what the difference is between using compound interest for 2 years without the business pack and with the business pack. So look, here you can see that the difference is almost $500 practically. If we use compound interest for 2 years without the business pack, meaning we have 8% monthly, we will have $2,238. But if we also have the business pack, we will achieve a profit of $2,787. That's over $500 more even. So that's great. But I also want to show you that here you can see you can download the tool and use it. Check what the numbers would be with $1,000, with $2,000, with $3,000, and so on. So how can you download it? You open this website, this Google site. Where can you find it? I'll share it with you here. Here on the NV Global channel on YouTube, there's a section called NV Global in Spanish. You go here where it says see all, and there's a section called NV Global School, okay? So here at NV Global School, we have some training sessions where we've already talked about compound interest, bonds, and all of this important stuff. And here in the description, you can find the information you need, all the details you might be looking for. Let's see, where is it? Oh, I lost it. Let's see, where is it? I had it here. Well, this training session will also be uploaded. I know there is let's see, I don't know what I'm being told. Look, here it is. The one about compound interest. Here in this training session, in the video description, you'll find the Google site so you can access this page, okay? This video will also have the link in the description so you can access it as well. So once you're on the page, I'll also share it here in the Zoom chat so you have it. we're going to click on the button that says use or download the tool. Here, it's already set up with $1,000, okay? But you can download it and edit it. So how do you download it? Well, we go here to File, Download as Excel, and then you can have it on your devices, whether it's on your computer or your phone, you can have it anywhere. So I'm going to open it here. Let me know if you can see the Excel file, please, when you get a chance. I'll stop sharing my screen and then share it again, just to make absolutely sure you're seeing exactly what I need you to see. So here we have the spreadsheet where we're going to make the projections. Let's review the numbers with $1,000, okay? This is what we just saw on the page so that you understand the basis of the spreadsheet, and we can also review numbers with larger amounts. So what does it mean to do compound interest? First of all, you can do compound interest in two ways. One is by reinvesting profits month by month, and the other is by reinvesting profits whenever you have $50 available to deposit, okay? Because that's the minimum required to open a plan with NV Global. So here we're going to show the example of how it would work if you reinvest the profits month by month, all right? So what happens? We have $1,000, we start the first month and the profits are $80. What are we going to do at the end of that month? Activate another plan, buy another plan. So my capital for the next month won't be $1,000 but $1,080. Can you confirm if you can see the numbers? Let's zoom in a little more so you can see everything clearly so you don't miss any details, in other words. There, I think it looks better now, right? All right, perfect. So in the second month, we would already have $1,080. 8% of $1,080 is no longer $80, but $86. In other words, my monthly earnings have already increased by $6 more. But what happens next? Now my capital is no longer the $1,000 I started with, but $1,166. And we're going to keep doing this process for 12 months, okay? For 12 months, which is the minimum time a plan must remain in NV Global. Why are we going to do it for 12 months? Because we are going to have the money working for 2 years. At the end of these 2 years, there will be no more money left in NV Global for this case, okay? So during these first 12 months, all the profits are reinvested. First 80, 86, 93, 101, 109, 118, and so on. What happens after month 12? After month 12, the $1,000 plan has already expired. So my capital will drop from $2,331 to $1,331, right? Because I already withdraw the capital from the first plan I opened, which was the $1,000. So I will now have a capital of $1,331, which will also continue earning me 8% per month, right? At this point, I no longer reinvest profits. After the first year, I no longer reinvest profits. During the first year, what I do is reinvest everything I receive as profit into a new plan. Everything I receive as profit, I reinvest into a new plan. And after the 12th month, then I start to withdraw, okay? In other words, the first year, all I do is invest, and in the second year, what I do is withdraw. So after the 12th month, I withdraw my first plan, the $1,000. The following month, I then withdraw the second plan I opened, which was the $80, but on top of that, I will also withdraw the profits that I am earning, okay? And so on. The next month, I withdraw the $86 plan plus the profits. The next one, the $93 plan plus profits, and so on. We keep withdrawing the matured plan plus the remaining profits, so that in the end, you will have withdrawn $2,238 by compounding interest with the same $1,000. Keep in mind that after the first year, you've already withdrawn your initial $1,000 and are no longer at risk. The rest is profit. So with those $1,000 after 2 years, you'll actually have made $1,200 in profit. That's 120%. Just imagine that. What do you think about that? Who's interested in trying out a strategy like this? Let me know in the chat who's interested in trying out this strategy. Who's feeling motivated to give it a shot? Yes, Mrs. Alicia, you have to withdraw month by month. So the task in the first year is to withdraw the profits in order to reinvest them. All right? And the task for the second year is just to collect, withdraw. The first year, the task is to reinvest, and the second year, the task is to collect, collect, and collect so that in the end, you have your 2,238 ready. Out. All right, I'm reading your messages here. So this is if we have $1,000 working in a regular plan. We're not business pack. We don't have anything extra. We simply sign up as partners with $1,000 and that's it. Another question, tell me, Mrs. Alicia. She says, the first year I withdraw the profit and buy the $80 investment. Exactly. You do that in the first month. Withdraw the profit and buy the $80 plan. In fact, I think that, yes, you do have to withdraw the profit. Yes, you have to withdraw it. You have to withdraw it. I'm not sure if we have to withdraw the profit or if I think that, or we can activate the plan with the same profit. With the same profit, there's no need to withdraw it. I can just reinvest it right there. All right. The commissions, those are the ones you do have to withdraw in order to reinvest. Okay. The commissions we earn from referring, those do have to be withdrawn. They can't be activated on their own. Okay. All right. So now what would happen if in addition to compounding interest, we also have the business pack activated? What is the business pack? For those who don't know, the business pack is a plan within NV Global that helps you earn an additional 1% both on your own investments and on referral commissions. Okay? That's what the business pack does. So if someone has the business pack activated, they won't earn 8% from their plan anymore, but instead they'll earn 9%. And what is this going to do? In other words, starting from the first month, it's no longer $80 in profit, but $90 in profit. How do you activate it? Naib, I'm going to give you my WhatsApp number, okay? I'm going to give you my WhatsApp number, Naib. And if you want to activate the business pack, talk to your sponsor or the person who invited you to NV Global. We'll set up a super short Zoom call and I'll be more than happy to help you, okay? I'm going to leave my WhatsApp number here in the chat so you can, for everyone, here it is, done. You can message that WhatsApp number so we can help you to activate the business pack. So let's continue. If you activate the business pack, as we said, it's no longer 80 per month, but 90 per month. So my capital in the second month will no longer be $1,000, but $1,090. So what do? Month by month, we're going to do the same task. I buy a $90 plan. I buy another $98 plan. I buy another one for $107, another one for $117, and so on until month 12. In month 12, I activate the last plan for $232, but it turns out that in month 13, I will no longer receive profits because the plan has expired. They return the $1,000 I initially invested to me. So I get my $1,000 back, but I also collect the profits from that month, which are $142, meaning that in month 13, I withdraw $1,142. Then month 14, what happens in month 14? The $90 plan has already expired, so I collect the $90 from the plan and the profits from that month. And in month 15, what happens? Well, the $98 plan has now expired. So I collect the $98 that I invested in that have now matured since a year has passed, and I collect the next commission. And that's how it will go for the second year and so on. In other words, the first year is for reinvesting, and the second year is for collecting, and collecting, so that in the end, you have a total profit of $2,787. Tell me, who wouldn't like to have an active business pack to see how $2,000, $2,200 turn into $2,700? Tell me, who doesn't know that? The truth is that compound interest is an excellent tool for growing your capital much more. It's a very, very good tool. Now, up to this point, let me know if you have any questions because I'm about to tell you something that's going to blow your mind. Let me know if we're good so far or if there's anything that needs to be clarified right now. All right, we're good. In the second year, is it mandatory to withdraw or can I leave it and withdraw everything at once? Well, it's money that won't be working for you anymore, right? Because the plan expires and, well, it won't be working for you anymore. So it's always better to keep withdrawing to keep securing your gains, all right? All right, so What I've told you so far is we're talking about people who are investing, right? We're talking about people who are in NV Global with their own investments. But it turns out that within the community, we also have people who do the business of referring, of inviting others to invest as well. So what happens with those people? What happens with the people who encourage this compound interest strategy within the team? Well, what's going to happen is the following. We've expanded this little table and added these 3 columns here so we can show people what happens if they encourage others to use the compound interest strategy for 2 years with this amount of money, for example. So let me give an example. For instance, let me tell you, Mrs. Alicia is currently rank 6 in the company. All right, let's start with someone who is rank 0 so you can see how the numbers change. A person who is rank 0 in the company has a compensation percentage of 5%, okay? So what does that mean? It means that for all the plans activated by people under their team, they will receive a 5% commission. Not from the profits generated by the money, no. Only from the initial deposit, and that's it. From then on, the profits belong to the investor and no one else, okay? So if at rank 0 you earn 5%, then in this case, for someone who activated a $1,000 plan, the first bonus for this person will be $50, right? $50, but only if they don't have a business pack. A person at rank 0 who doesn't have a business pack has nothing, is just starting out, but has someone who put $1,000 into the company, okay? They put in $1,000 and automatically earn a $50 bonus, all right? But it turns out that since this person is encouraging compound interest, then for the deposit made in the second month, which is $80, they'll earn a commission of $4. And then they're going to deposit 86, so that generates a commission of 4.32 and so on. It turns out that for every $1,000 that a person encourages within NV Global, a commission of $161 will be generated for each person they encourage to follow the compound interest strategy. In other words, the investor who follows the strategy will earn very well, but so will the person who is motivating them to generate that profit. Their leader will also earn a good commission thanks to the strategy. This is at rank 0, right? But if, let's say, they're at rank 0 but also have a business pack, then these $161 will turn into $194. That's $194 that person, that leader will receive, thanks to the work of their team as well. How does that sound to you? Tell me what you think about it. How do you feel about the fact that besides making a good investment and encouraging people to earn more money, you can also get a share and an income from that extraordinary amount? Great, excellent. Of course, absolutely, that's right. So let's do an example. I'm going to give an example, just any example. For instance, Mrs. Alicia. I'm actually a fan of Mrs. Alicia. I haven't said it before, but I'm a fan of hers. So right now, Mrs. Alicia is at rank 6. If Mrs. Alicia right now, being at rank 6, has someone in her team with $1,000 and encourages them to follow the $1,000 strategy, the one with compound interest for 2 years, thanks to developing this strategy, she will earn an additional $259. In addition to the work she has already been doing, the bonuses she has earned for reaching her rank and everything else, she will generate $259 in direct bonuses thanks to this. Not to mention that the fact they use compound interest also helps a person increase their turnover to move up in rank as well, right? So that's great, excellent, because now she's not going to earn 5% per month, but 8% since she's rank 6. So look at how the numbers change. It's more than double, right? That's fantastic. Now, what happens if it's not $1,000? What if I have a partner who, for example, has 5,000? So for example, the partner who has $5,000 without a business pack, without compound interest, without anything, after 2 years, those $5,000 will become $9,600, okay? That's what they'll have as profit. And after 2 years in total, meaning with their capital, the profit and everything, they'll have $14,600 after 2 years. But what happens if we encourage them to use compound interest? Well, what will happen is that it will no longer be $9,600 in profit, but rather it will be $11,192 in profit. That is, let's see, from 9,910 that would be $2,000 more in profit, almost $2,000 more in profit just by using compound interest. And if on top of that they have the business pack, then it's no longer $9,000 but $13,000 in profit thanks to using compound interest. What do you honestly think about that? Is compound interest applied with each new investment, or can it be used with the ones you already have? No, you can do it at any time. So for example, right now you have an investment with $1,000. You've been collecting returns month by month. It's already been, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. You can do it from here. You can do it from now on. Start applying compound interest month by month until your plan matures. And then you just begin to withdraw, okay? But you can do it at any time. At any time, that's right. So this is what would happen with a $5,000 plan if you use the compound interest strategy for 2 years. The $9,600 in profits turns into $11,000. And if you have a business pack, it turns into $13,900. And also, if you are a leader in your organization or team and you actively encourage someone on your team, especially someone who already has the $5,000 in available capital, to use the compound interest strategy, not only will you help them generate almost double the profit over time, but you will also earn at least $1,200 in commissions, thanks to this particular client's smart investment decision. This approach benefits both you and your team member, creating a win-win situation for everyone involved. In fact, look, if you have a client with $5,000, you are not at rank 0. I mean, bad. I mean, if things go badly for you, you earn a little, you're going to earn $800 with a partner worth 5,000. But the thing is, if you have a partner with $5,000, you are not at rank 0. If you have a partner with $5,000, at the very least, you're rank 3. At the very least, you're rank 3. So it's not $800, but rather $1,000 that you're going to earn for encouraging someone else to earn more as well. How does that sound to you? Tell me, what do you think about that? Is there, to do compound interest, is there a minimum investment or can it be any amount? The minimum investment amount is the same minimum amount required to open any plan, which is $50, okay? So here we're simulating that we we do compound interest month by month. Look, because for example, here we're going to activate the $400 plan, then the $432 plan, right? But this compound interest can also be applied not at the end of the month, but every time you have $50. And believe me, if you do that, if you actually activate the plan every single time you have $50 available, these numbers are going to be much bigger, much bigger than you might even expect. Let me show you right here exactly how that would look and how that would work in practice. Let me show you over here, this one. So we go back to the page, to the Google site. This button is where we download the Excel spreadsheet that we can edit and modify to find out how much we earn, how much we generate in compound interest, and also in commissions for incentivizing the business pack. Ready? The business pack, the compound interest, okay? Also down here, we have another button where we can check how compound interest works by cycles, which is exactly what you're asking me about. In other words, not activating a plan every time the month ends, but rather every time I have $50. So I'm just going to show you one so as not to confuse you, okay? I want you to go check out the page, look it over, review the numbers, and let me know what you think. So if we open this Excel file, which is to review compound interest by cycles, in other words, every time I have $50, I activate another plan. It's no longer every month, but rather for example, if it's $1,000, it would be every 19 days, okay? Every time I have $50. So what happens? It's no longer going to be $2,238, but rather $2,343. But look, this is much more, this is a lot more, because here we're actually assuming that every 19 days you reach $50. But it turns out that as the capital increases, the time also decreases. So these cycles are going to get shorter and shorter. So here you can also analyze it yourselves. You can see how much you earn without a business pack, with a business pack with $1,000, with $2,000, with $5,000, with $7,000, with $10,000. You can check absolutely everything and see how the profits increase thanks to developing this strategy, okay? So I'm going to share this Google site with you here in the chat as well. In the meeting chat. Ready? All right, they're telling me to do an example with $50. With $50, well, it's not that great, right? Because with $50, it's going to take longer to be able to do compound interest. Because what happens? Someone has $50 and can't open a month-to-month plan for $4. You see? They have, I mean, the minimum amount to be able to open a plan is $50 in profit. So they would have to wait until about the 10th month to be able to reactivate a new plan. So it wouldn't be possible in that case, to be able to do compound interest. The minimum, the absolute minimum you should have invested is, let's see, $650. Yes, 640, about $640. Yes, with $640, you can use the compound interest strategy. That would be the minimum to be able to implement the strategy, starting from $640. 630, let's see. $630. With $630, you already generate a profit of $50 per month, so you can reinvest them and so on. So with $630 after 2 years in NV Global, without applying any kind of strategy, you will have a total profit of $1,210. 1,840, including the initial capital, right? But now, what happens if in addition to that, you use compound interest for 2 years? Then your profit will be 1,410, right? If you use compound interest during those 2 years, your profit will be 1,410, and the $630 will turn into $2,040. Starting from $630, you can use the compound interest strategy without any problem. And the leader will also generate a profit. Here at the minimum, they will be rank 1, so they will also generate a, well, let's say rank 0. Well, let's keep it low. Let's go with a low estimate, very low. So the person who encourages others to develop this strategy within their team, for each person they manage to motivate to implement the strategy, will earn at least $102. At least, because the minimum would be $630 in order to do it month by month. All right? All right, so can you send that link to the groups? Of course, we'll share it right now along with some other information that I'm going to share with you. But I'm going to read the comments here a little bit because you're asking me a few things. What if the volume bonuses are invested? You can also do it with volume bonuses, of course. The thing is, though, that the volume bonuses can't be reinvested directly from the back office. You have to withdraw them in order to be able to inject them again, okay? Can you add more capital month by month? Of course, you can do it month by month. You can do it, you can deposit before activating the plan. You deposit and combine your deposit with your profits to create a bigger plan. You can also do that without any problem. For example, when I receive the $250 after 4 months, I invest half. For example, when I receive the $250 after 4 months, I didn't understand that question. I didn't understand that question, Stuart. If you want, rephrase it for me and we'll go over it, okay? But yeah, of course. I mean, you can use the same bonus funds there. I understand you. So once you've already received the bonus, of course, you can also activate it as a new plan. Yes, you can do it without any problem. No problem at all, okay? Well, so I want to tell you, first of all, I want to tell you, where do I have I've got it here now. I want to tell you that I don't know if everyone the people here attended the event in Bogota, but I do simply want to tell you that it was an outstanding success. It was excellent. Things went really, really, really well for us. I want to thank everyone who joined us at this event and was able to see the potential behind what we're developing. I'm not sure if you can hear the audio from YouTube there.
Who joined us through social media, and of course to those who joined in, which goes from 100.
I think we've had some issues there with the YouTube audio. Well, in any case, I just wanted to share that it was an incredibly busy week full of learning and good vibes. There were a lot of people who came to learn about our vision, the project. We have had very good results. So thank you all so much, and congratulations to all the leaders who have really stepped up after the event to help the company grow even more. And especially, I want to congratulate those who have reached a new rank at this time, who have moved up thanks to the work they've been doing. So today I want to take this opportunity to congratulate, for example, Miss Elia Mustafa, who is part of our team in Malaysia, who has just become active as well, who has moved up in rank and is now rank 5. She has over $10,000 in sales, increased her commission rate to 7.5%, and has also achieved the $500 rank bonus. In other words, right now she already has the $250 bonus and has also activated the $500 one. So she already has $750 from NV Global generating and billing month after month for her. I also want to congratulate our dear Blanquita Osorio. Congratulations, Blanquita. She also reached rank 6. She has over $25,000 in billing, and her remuneration percentage is now over 8%. In addition, she also achieved the $1,000 rank bonus. So she has this $1,000 bonus, the $500 bonus, and the $250 bonus. She has $1,700 from NV Global billing month after month for her. Congratulations, Blanquita. Very, very, very well deserved. These are extremely hardworking women, along with Mrs. Alicia, who also reached rank 6, also with over $25,000 in sales billing. She now has a remuneration percentage of 8% on all her sales. Everything she does, everything she sells will generate 8% for her directly into her pocket. And in addition, she also achieved the rank bonus of $1,000. These women have $1,750 from NV Global billing for them month after month. Congratulations. I also want to congratulate Alfonso Sierra here, who reached rank 2 and increased his remuneration percentage to 6%. Oh, but look, we missed something here because it turns out that Mr. Alfonso no longer earns 6% at rank 2. Mr. Alfonso and his wife, Carolina Ulloa, activated themselves as partners within the company. They are now business pack members. So he is rank 2, but he is not earning 6%. He is earning 7% as if he were a rank 4 already. In other words, he moved up 2 ranks in remuneration percentage thanks to the business pack he just activated. So, 1,000 congratulations to Mr. Alfonso for his rank and for the business pack together with his wife. So many congratulations to our leaders who keep growing, keep increasing their income, keep sharing this vision with others and making the company bigger, and of course their earnings as well. Congratulations 1,000 times over. I don't know if anyone has any doubts, questions, congratulations, whatever it may be. Everything is welcome. Thank you very much to everyone who joined us tonight. Thank you so much for your time, for making space to learn a little more about the strategy, about the ways we can generate greater profits within the company. I hope you are all doing very well and that you have a week full of success, lots of sales, lots of income, and that you have a good night. See you later. Thank you all for being here.